Hey, Tanner James, DJ TJ. Welcome back to the Peak Period Podcast, episode 18. Hey, if you didn't check out last week's podcast, go check that one out. We had DJ Sam Fleming. He is from Canada, a really awesome DJ in Canada, and he gave some really good tips about kind of starting out and growing your business. So if you haven't checked out that one's episode 17. Depends on where you're listening right now, but we're on iTunes. We are on YouTube every single week. We put them on both of those, and we are on, you can stream it online. So if you just go to our website, djtjtraining.com, go to podcast. From there, you can stream it on there, download it, whatever, doesn't matter. But this week we are talking about marketing as DJs. So this is going to go for club DJs and mobile DJs. It doesn't matter. Because you need it both ways. I think a lot of club DJs think they don't need to market, they don't need to brand, they don't need to do that kind of stuff, and that's not true. It's really important for both club and mobile DJs because you need to brand and make sure that people remember you. Because if you don't, then you're just the same. And I just uploaded a video on Instagram and YouTube, and I said, if you want to be different from all the other DJs, everybody complains that there's a lot of DJs out there and everyone's a DJ and that kind of thing, but everyone's doing the same thing. If you want to be different, if you want to stand out, you need to be different. And you can do that with branding and marketing, and you have to be different. So look at what all the other DJs are doing, look at where they're going, see what they're doing, and then do the opposite. Okay, so if everybody has black t-shirts with white writing, you should do white t-shirts, black writing. You want to be different. When I first started out, I wanted to be the same as everybody else. I wanted to fit in, I wanted to be like all the other DJs. So I would look at what they had written in their bios. I looked at what they did on their websites. I looked at what they did with their setups. I looked at all the other DJs in my area and wanted to copy them because I wanted to be like them. If they're doing it, it must be working. And that only works to a certain extent. If you want to actually grow and be bigger than that DJ, you have to do different things than what he's doing. And there's a DJ and he's unbelievable, does some really, really cool stuff. Jason Jani, really, really good DJ, really has an amazing business setup. Everything is awesome with him. His company name is SCE Event Group. And so it's kind of different. It's not the same as whatever entertainment or whatever. Very cool, different, awesome logo, very modern, does some really, really good stuff. But what happens is there are so many DJs out there that copy his name in one way or another. I've seen SEE, his is SCE, like scene, SCENE. They copy it SEE, SPE. I just saw one that was like NEE, Event Group. I'm like, okay, come on. You guys don't even try and be clever and just pick 3 letters. You have to have it rhyme like his. It's horrible. And he's leading the industry because he's not doing what other people are doing. Okay. If look at what he does with his branding and his marketing and everything that he does, he is not copying other DJs. He's not doing what other DJs are doing. He's being completely different. He's standing out. And that is what makes him different. That is what gets noticed in the world. And so if you look at these companies that are successful with their branding and marketing, they are not copying other people. It doesn't happen. So if you want to grow your business or book more gigs or get more club gigs or whatever it is that you want to do, you can't copy other people because it just doesn't work that way. Simply. You can try it over and over and over. It won't work. You won't get the same success that they get by copying them. Really, it won't happen. So that's the first thing. Don't copy because it's not good. It won't be beneficial to you or the industry. It just makes everybody look bad. Look at the white facades that DJs are using. It's a cool look. It's not bad. I don't have anything against the white facades. I liked them. I used one way back when I was copying people. But if you look at it, all the DJs are doing it. There are so many DJs with the same white facade that's uplit pink or purple or green or red or whatever color it is. It doesn't matter. But it's copying. And this is the thing. when you are copying other people, you're not setting yourself apart. And all the people that are copying the other DJs in their area are then complaining that people don't see the value in them versus the other DJs. They're like, yeah, well, like, people don't book me. People won't pay my price because of whatever. This is the thing with that whole idea. They don't see the value in you. They don't see a difference because you're copying these other DJs. Why would they see a difference? So, if there's 30 DJs and 28 of them have a white facade, and one of them doesn't have any tablecloth, and one of them has some other really cool table setup thing, who do they look at first? You're not going to look at the 28 people that have the same white facade. That's not who you look at. You then look at the person who doesn't have a tablecloth, and it's like, okay, really, come on. And then they're gonna look at the new one and be like, wow, look at him, he stands out. What is he doing? And then they're willing to pay more because you're different. You're not the same. If you are trying to fit in and you're trying to use the same facade and you're trying to look like all the other DJs, it just makes you look like the other DJs, and that's bad because then you're trying to separate yourself and say, no, I'm not like the other DJs, but you have the same facade, you have the same look. That's the issue, and that's what's going on. So if you want to separate yourself and you want to stand out, you can't use the same facade. You can't copy the other DJs. You can't copy what they're doing. So those are the first two warnings. Don't copy people, and kind of stand out. Don't be the same. Marketing is really weird because there's no guaranteed return on it. So, if you buy a piece of gear and you're like, I'm going to buy this uplight for $100, I'm going to then sell it to clients for, let's say, $25, and then 25, and then 25. You're going to make your money back over time, right? It's not a guarantee, but it's pretty much there that when you pay, you're going to get that money back. The thing is with marketing is it's kind of like there's no guarantee. You're going to pay that money, but there's no guarantee it's coming back at all. You can pay $100 in advertising to YouTube or to Facebook or Google AdWords, but there's no guarantee it's going to come back, right? At all, ever. So you kind of just have to hope that it's gonna all be good. I just got a comment, and it said, "How do you be different?" I'm live streaming here, so you can check it out on there. How do you stand out? How do you be different in the industry? And you can stand out in a few ways. Go check the video on my Instagram because it kind of, and Facebook and YouTube. It kind of shows what I'm talking about. A lot of DJs have black sweatshirts or white sweatshirts or gray sweatshirts, and they are just, nice, right? They're good. They're solid. They're good sweatshirts. What I did is I got baby blue sweatshirts. I paid more for them because they're baby blue, but my color is blue. My logo color is blue. So it made me stand out. I'm separating myself from the DJs. Other ways that you can separate yourself. One thing that I did was I used to have black tripods for lighting. I would use lighting tripods. And what I switched to is all trussing. Every single event that I do has some kind of trussing involved in one way or another. And it makes you stand out. Another way, and this is a really good one that I use that I use a ton. What I do is I look at like Yelp or Wedding Wire or wherever you're listed online, whatever sites you're listed on, whatever membership lead generation websites that you're listed on, which I highly recommend you jump on. You need to look at what the other DJs are doing. What they're writing in their bios, what pictures they're posting. This is what I noticed. Out of 20 DJs on the first page, 19 of them, or 20 of them, had a picture of somebody else as the profile picture. Okay? They all had, like, the bride having a good time, everyone's celebrating, people dancing, a picture of a cake, other things. And so what I did is I came in and I posted a picture of myself, a picture of my face DJing, smiling, having a good time, and of myself. Now, all the other DJs are posting pictures of the bride and groom, or, you know, the bride throwing the bouquet, or, you know, whatever it is. But I came in and I posted a picture for the profile picture. The first thing they see when they are looking at a DJ on these sites is me. Why? Because I'm trying to stand out. I'm trying to be different. I don't want to look like everybody else, right? If I look like everybody else, I'm getting mowed over. I'm getting overlooked. All these clients who are looking for DJs, who want to book DJs, I'm getting overlooked because I look just like everyone else. You got to separate yourself. You got to stand out. You got to be different. So, it just changes so many different times. One thing that I do too as well, I don't know if you ever heard of it. It's called Sticker Light. Okay, it's like a little sticker. You know those T-shirts that are like sound activated and they light up? They're like LED. Like it has a little like battery pack and it has a little sound sensor in it, and so like it like fluctuates to the music so that it lights up and it does different colors, and they sell them out like in malls or that kind of thing. They're a little bit more outdated now, but it's really cool for people. What Sticker Light is a company, and they actually use that same technology, put it into a super thin sticker, and what you do is you put it on your DJ laptop. So then when you're out, you plug it into the USB of your laptop, and then you start playing it, and then when the music comes, the sound activation is actually really good. It's better than any other kind of sound activated lighting ever. Like all the ADJ lights, all the Chauvet lights, any kind of lights, this sound activation is actually really, really good. And so what it does is it lights up. So I had it done so like it lights up and down like an equalizer, like the EQ lights on your mixer. It goes up and down as the claps hit, or, you know, as the bass actually hits. It does really, really good sound activation for claps. So what I did was I get that and put that on my laptop. What am I doing? I'm separating myself. If people go and they're club hopping, right? And they go to the first one and it's a MacBook, and they go to the second one and it's a MacBook, and they go to the third one and it's a Windows laptop, and they go to the fourth one and it is a picture of a sticker, just a plain sticker that says DJ TJ. And then they come, you know, to my event, and mine has this light up thing that's super bright, and it like is just like there, and it's crazy. And it like is lighting up to the music, and it's bright and it's white. It's changing things. So then they're like, wait, who is that guy? Look at that. That's so cool. And they're pointing at my laptop, right? It happens almost every single event that I do. They start pointing at the laptop and they're like, oh my gosh, that's so cool. What is that? What's going on there? Hey, what's that? That's so cool. I'm standing out. I'm being different. I don't want to be like everybody else, right? I'm trying to stand out. So that investment is a marketing investment, an advertising investment that will pay, you know, they're going to remember me. And so then they're going to know, hey, DJ TJ, right? And then they remember me. You know, I have a really good buddy, a good DJ buddy of mine. He liked the look of a facade, a white facade that we were just talking about. He likes that look, but he wanted to change it up and he wanted to get something different. So he looked online, found one, really expensive, okay? Altogether, it's not that expensive, but, you know, way back when you're looking at it, it is kind of expensive. It's more expensive than a facade, okay? It's probably 3 times as much as a facade. But what it is it's like a black fabric, and it goes around, and it has little LED dots everywhere, and it lights up, and it does all these different patterns. If you want to look it up, it's called the Omni System. Just look up Omni System DJ facade. Really, really, really cool. Like this thing you look at and you're like mesmerized, and like you just can't stop looking at it. This thing is awesome. Okay. Super cool. He's setting himself apart. Yes, he's going to pay more for that. Yes, he's going to pay 3 times as much as he could pay for just a normal facade. But why would he pay more? Because he wants to separate himself. And let me tell you, I've used it a few times. I've borrowed it from him a few times. It is the coolest thing ever. No joke. People will just stare at it. Just stare at it. They're just like, oh my gosh. What is that? I've never seen anything like that before. That thing is awesome. And so that is one of those things. You gotta stand out. You gotta be different. And if you are willing to stand out and you're willing to be looked at differently, right? I mean, like if I'm DJing with my laptop, the laptop sticker or that facade, I get weird looks, right? They're like, what is that? I've never seen that. But no joke, this thing is awesome. So, that is one of those things that you just said. Okay, so advertising. Yeah, again, there's no guarantee. So you just kind of have to, you're going to pay for it and hope it works. But if you do it right, it will pay for itself. It will come back and it will give you a return. I want to talk about social media because that is a really, really important marketing aspect that I think a lot of people are not utilizing the power of it. Not many DJs are using it. You have to use social media correctly. And I think what a lot of DJs do is they use social media as a lead generation kind of thing. They're like, if I post pictures, I'm going to get more gigs, right? If I post, 14 pictures of one gig, I'm going to get more gigs from that. And that's not true. I do not use social media as a lead generation. I do not get it. I do not use it to book more gigs. Okay, that's not how I'm using social media. I'm using social media to lay a footprint. I'm putting the footprint out there. So when somebody finds me or hears about me or looks for me or, sees me on Yelp and they're like, oh, hey, let's look at, his Instagram, or students from a school, they're looking for a DJ and they're like, hey, I need a DJ. We saw whatever. And then they come back and they're like, let's look at his Instagram. They go to my Instagram and then see everything. That is how people are using social media for DJs. They're not using it to like if you were looking for a DJ, this is what I always do. I look at it from a point of view as I'm not a DJ. Okay. If I'm not a DJ, where am I looking for DJs? I'm not going on Instagram and searching DJ, #DJ, and looking for a DJ that way. I'm not doing it. You know what I'm doing? I'm going straight to Google. I'm doing DJ in my city. So if I'm in Los Angeles, I'm doing DJ in Los Angeles. That's how I'm looking for a DJ. So what does that mean? I need to get up to the top of Google, right? So I'm not going to social media. That's not how it happens. But you need to have a solid social media account and solid social media footprint so that what happens is when they go to your social media, they can see what you're about, see what you're doing, see the cool stuff that you're doing, see the cool events that you're DJing, see all of that, know that you're responsible, you're actually going to show up to the gigs, all that kind of stuff. And you need to have a solid footprint. So what I talk about is not, okay, here we go. I just got a comment about the SEO on Google. Okay. Here is the thing about SEO on Google. You need to get to the top of Google, right? That will help you tremendously. SEO, which is the search engine optimization, is really hard. You can't beat Google. Okay, there's no way around it. You can do AdWords. I don't like AdWords personally a ton because they people are so immune to advertising nowadays that when was the last time that you clicked on an AdWords on a Google ad? I never do it. I search what I'm looking for. I'm search DJ in Los Angeles and I go to one of the first real listings, not the links. So I'm not going to advertise the way that I'm not going to be searching. How you get to the top of Google is finding the sites that get on the top of Google. And they are there. There's Wedding Wire. There is The Knot. There's Yelp. Yelp is really high. You need to get listed on Yelp, and you need to get to the top of Yelp. You're gonna pay, like Wedding Wire. You're gonna pay money to get listed on Wedding Wire, but it's gonna be worth it when you're listed up there, because when somebody's searching wedding DJ Los Angeles and Wedding Wire comes up, what's gonna happen is they're gonna click on it and look at those DJs who are there, right? So I'll do it right now. Wedding Wire, Los Angeles, and then I'll do DJ, Wedding, DJ, Los Angeles. First we have Wedding Wire. That's the first one. The first two of them are Wedding Wire. The next one is The Knot. The next two are Yelp. Okay, so Wedding Wire, The Knot, Yelp, and Yelp. So you need to get listed on those sites, because what's going to happen is when people are looking for a wedding DJ in these areas, they're going to the first search. They're not going to go to the ads. I never do. And I know a lot of people don't go to the ads. You need to get listed on these sites. What does that mean? You're going to pay money. And that's the advertising money that I'm talking about. But as long as it makes sense and as long as it's actually working, it's all good. it's going to come back at you and it's going to be worth it. But you got to make sure that you're smart about your advertising. Okay, so social media. When you are on social media, you need to be smart, okay? I know that social media is somewhat used for connecting with people, right? You want to connect with your friends. You can talk about things with your friends, all that, all good. This is the thing. You're a DJ. If you want to connect with your friends and talk politics and talk crap or, that kind of thing, you need to do that on a personal page, not your DJ page, not your DJ, Facebook page, or I don't even recommend doing it on your personal page just because I think people want to connect with you. And if they are looking for a wedding DJ, I have no joke had somebody add me on Snapchat, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter before they contacted me for a lead. Like they do it, they add me on Snapchat, they add me on Facebook, they add me on Instagram, and they add me on Twitter. And then a minute later, or maybe an hour later, they send me a request and say, hey, this is what we're looking for. People want to connect with you. We live in a society where we just want to connect with other people and see what they are like. They just want to see how you interact. And if they go on your profile and they are they're Bernie Sanders supporters, and you're on your profile talking about how great Donald Trump is, they will not contact you ever. It's not going to happen, and you're going to lose that, and vice versa. You can't get into politics on social media because it comes off as really bad. So don't do that. Okay, don't talk politics on social media because you don't want to offend anybody ever. And that's just what happens if you start going on there and talking about politics. Just if you want to talk about politics, create a whole nother profile and talk about politics on there, but don't do it on your DJ page. Your personal page, I guess you can do it if you really want to. I don't recommend it, but if you want to, you can. I think another thing is keep everything you post DJ related, or at least around your around the industry. Okay, so if you're a DJ, you can post about wedding things going on, right? It's in your wedding or it's in your industry. You can post about stuff like that, but I don't recommend going out of the box. Let me give you an example. I have a DJ not nearby, but he's a few towns over. Cool DJ. But what he does is he will post stuff that is not related to DJing in any way. It's Christmas time, right? This last Christmas, it's like the 24th or maybe the 23rd, right? Christmas is on the 25th, and he posts this link to the government site that is where you can track Santa Claus, and like see where Santa Claus is right now in the world, right? Like if Santa Claus was delivering presents, where would he be right now? And it has nothing to do with DJing at all. Absolutely nothing. So why would he be posting about Santa Claus when it has nothing to do with DJing? And then he posts, hey, if you go to Safeway, which is a grocery store, if you go to Safeway at this address on tomorrow, you can take a picture with Santa and his elf. Why? Why would you post that? That has nothing to do. This is on his DJ page, his DJ whatever entertainment, whatever it is. He's posting this stuff about Santa Claus. Why? It has no thing. It's not like he said, hey, 12 years ago I asked Santa for a or he's older, so I guess 20 years ago I asked Santa for turntables and whatever, and it came true, and look where we are now. That's like a story kind of thing. But don't post about things that are completely unrelated to this. He's like the most random stuff he posts, and I don't understand why, because it's not helping him. Nobody cares about it. That's not his position to be posting about. He needs to be posting about wedding trends and say, hey, these are the popular wedding colors this year. I mean, that's more of a wedding planning thing, but that kind of thing. You can post about songs. Hey, these are the 5 most requested songs that I've gotten in the last 2 months for weddings. If you're getting married, make sure you get these songs in there, or whatever it is. Hey, this summer, I think these 4 songs are going to be the hits. Okay, these are going to be the songs that are played on every single radio station, that are super popular. Everybody loves them. The young kids love them, and the older folks love them. These are the songs. That's DJ related. But don't post about Santa Claus and where he is and how you can track him and whatever else. And that kind of stuff. Okay. I just got a comment about the site Wix. That's just a website hosting site. So if you're on the website hosting site, it's still not great to get listed because you're not going to be up top towards the top of Google. So, I recommend having a website. It's really good as a place for people to go, check you out. Again, like social media, check you out, see what you're about, but that you need to get higher on Google, because you're probably going to come up page 25, if you even get there. So if you want to get up to the top, you really got to pay some money, pay $100 a month. There are some that are $30 a month. There are some that are $15 a month. And so, if you book 1 gig a year, it's going to pay for itself, right? So that is a really, really good investment in your business. The other thing, 2 things about social media: you don't need to post all the time. It's not one of those things. I think a lot of DJs get in this mindset that you have to post all the time, and you don't. Okay, if you post all the time, you're gonna blow people out. Don't post more than, I would say 3 pictures max about one event, because people get annoyed. I see DJs posting 14, 15, 16 pictures about one club night, and it's like, dude, you're annoying me. Yeah, you have a cool setup. You're annoying me. Don't do that. You're going to annoy people who are coming to you, who follow you, because they're like, I don't want to get blasted with 14 pictures. Post 1, post 2 good pictures, and we're good to go. Then I get to see it. I get to see what you offer, that kind of stuff, but don't post a ton. One thing that I personally have never done, and I will never do, is post about my open dates. If you have a date coming up, right? Let's say it's in a month, or in a week, or in 3 days, I don't post about it. I don't say, hey, if you're looking for a DJ for, what's the date coming up? What's this weekend? March 10th. If you're looking for a DJ for March 10th, I'm your guy. I'm open. I'd love to help you out. I don't do that. The reason I don't do it is because I feel like it looks to a client that you aren't good enough to get booked. In my opinion, that's what it looks like. Because if I'm scrolling through looking for DJs and they're like, hey, if you want to do this, book us now, it doesn't look good. There's a DJ and he posted about, what was it? New Year's Eve. He said, hey, this is in October. He's like, book your New Year's Eve event now. Book your New Year's Eve, night now, so that you can get an awesome deal. A month later, right? That was in October. In November, he reposts it because he shared, reposting it, shared it. And it says he shared his own article, or his own post, did that and says, hey, we're still open. Okay. That doesn't look good. No joke. December comes a week before, New Year's Eve, repost it again. Okay. It looks like you're a lame DJ because you're posting over and over and over about how you're open. Don't do that. I don't like saying we're now booking for 2018 or, 2019. We're now booking for 2019 because I feel like you would have booked anyways. You wouldn't have turned somebody down who wanted to book you a year in advance. So don't say that. Be smart about your social media. Don't be like everybody else. If everybody else is posting about their open dates, this goes just back to the beginning of the podcast. Don't post about your open dates. You got to stand out. You got to be different. I don't like doing that kind of stuff. I don't like, I think what DJs think is it gets in their mind that if they don't post about a gig or about an event, it looks like they aren't working, right? And so what they do is then they overcompensate and post 14 pictures, and it's like, dude, that's annoying. Don't do that, okay? Post, be good, post good pictures, post quality pictures. If you can get a nice camera, or at least get a photographer and a videographer out to your events to take some videos, it will be one of the best investments you ever make because it makes you look like a professional. It makes you look real. Pay a photographer, pay somebody to come out and just take some pictures. I posted this on an Instagram thing. I'm going to tell you about this and I'm going to jump off here. How do you find a photographer cheap, right? Because they can be expensive. How do you find one that's good, who knows what they're doing, and is relatively cheap? Because, you don't need them for 4 hours. You need them for an hour max. You need them to come, take some pictures, and leave. How do you find that photographer? One thing that I think is awesome, you find your local community college. Okay, you go to your community college, you look online, find the professor of photography or videography, whatever you're looking for. You're going to find that professor, you're going to find that teacher, and you're going to email them and just say, hey, Professor Blank, I'm a DJ here. I own a DJ business. I'm DJing whatever. If you're doing clubs, hey, I'm a club DJ. I need some pictures done. Do you have any students that would be willing to come out, take some pictures? I'll pay them X for it. They need to have their own camera, but I just need somebody to come out. Why would you do this? Because you're getting good people who know what they're doing, right? They are, they know at least somewhat of what they're doing, and then they have a nice camera. You don't have to worry about that. And then you're getting the good pictures. You're not paying a ton because they're college students. So you can get a photographer to come out to your events. It depends on your area, but $50, $100, they're happy. That's more money than they would make it at Jack in the Box, right? So they're super happy. You're happy because you get a deal. You get somebody who has a camera, who knows what they're doing, who's willing to do it, who it may not be the best pictures, but they're better than your camera, because I used to take pictures on my camera. Horrible idea. So I changed it and I went out, got a photographer, got a videographer, and said, hey, you're coming with me to all my big events. You're taking my pictures. You're taking my photos. You're taking my video. You're going to do all my video. He's the guy that did all the video for the training programs. He matched them all up, made it all look good. And so it is all good. And then you can take those good quality pictures, post them on your Instagram, post them on your Facebook, post them on wherever you're trying to generate business, on Wedding Wire, on The Knot, on your website, wherever. And now you have quality pictures that speak for themselves. It's like a photo is worth 1,000 words. Well, a crappy photo is worth like 3, okay? But if you get a good quality photo, it's worth 10,000. So pay the money. It's going to work its way out. I'm not saying go out and hire the $2,000 photographer. I'm saying find some college kid who has a camera who can just take some photos, because that's all you need. You need somebody with a good enough camera that can take photos, who has a real DSLR or at least a really good quality camera, who can take some photos. And then you have awesome photos. You can post them. They're happy because they're getting paid more than they would at a fast food joint or at a grocery store or whatever, or the library. And you're happy because you get these quality photos and you didn't pay $500 for them, right? So try and figure that out. And then if you want even more of a deal, say, hey, look, what if I pay you for the next 5 events? Can I get a contract with you for 5 events where you can come out and take all my photos, and you get a discount, you get a large amount of photos, and you're good to go. That kind of thing is what separates you from all the other DJs. I used to be the DJ posting pictures with a phone camera, with an iPhone camera, because that's all I knew. I didn't know. I didn't know what I know about branding now. I didn't know what I know about marketing now. And that is, you need to have the quality stuff. You need to have that kind of thing together. So make sure that you do that. If you want to learn more about marketing, I have a marketing cheat sheet right now. It's $2, and you can download it right now. It is awesome. It gives you 7 tips. It's 10 pages. It gives you 7 tips on how do you market. How do you market yourself as a DJ? You can go download it, djtjacademy.com/cheat. djtjacademy.com/cheat. It's $2. It will be the best $2 investment you make this whole entire year. It is really, really solid. It has some awesome tips. I didn't even touch on I touched on one of them here. So you get 6 other awesome tips that will help you market, book more gigs, and that kind of thing. So if you want to go download that now. That's awesome investment. So that was the Peak Period Podcast, episode 18. Next week is going to be cool. I can't tell you what we're going to do, but it's going to be cool. I can't tell you yet. It's a secret, but that'll be really cool. So make sure you tune back in. If you are on YouTube and you're watching this, go subscribe right now. Go subscribe. We post these every single Thursday. If you're on Facebook, like it. If you're listening on iTunes, recording after the fact, please subscribe to the podcast there. because that really helps. Rate it a 5-star, 5-star rating, and that really does help. Every single Thursday, we come to you. We're going live on Facebook and YouTube. So we have more ways that you can listen, because I want to help you DJs grow. I want to help you DJs book more gigs. I know what it was like when I'm like struggling and I'm like, how do I book more gigs? How do I get out there? How do I get people to know me? I don't know anything about marketing. And then, I spend $10 and I waste it. I'm like, well, marketing doesn't work. And then I spend $100 and I waste it. And then I spend $1,000 and I waste it. I'm like, well, shoot, marketing doesn't work. It's not true. It's not that marketing doesn't work. It's that you don't know how to market. So I want to give you those tips. Go check out that cheat sheet, djtjacademy.com/cheat. And I will catch you guys next week.